So I saw this rug and I thought to myself, I think I can make that. So here in this video, I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna start off with projecting my image onto my frame so I can get ready for tracing. I'm going to trace out pretty much all the colors that I'm going to need and the outline of the entire rug onto this frame so that it can be easier to tuft once I get started. Projecting your image to trace is so much easier because you don't have to worry about any mess ups or any details that you miss because it's all just right there for you on the image. So I already got this image online and I'm just tracing it with a Sharpie. And here is the finished look. It looks a little crazy, but don't worry, it makes sense to me. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so now that the outlining is done, the next thing to do is to start making the rug, I guess. Start tufting. I have a lot of yarn. Hopefully I have enough. And this looks very complicated. I've never done a rug with this much detail, so we shall see how it goes, all right? Cross those fingers, folks. Okay, so in order to start actually making the rug, we're gonna use this thing. I know, pretty scary. I got this last year and it is called a tufting gun. It was around $200. Basically, this is gonna make the whole process of making this rug a lot easier and faster. So basically the mechanics of this is that you feed yarn through this little loop, right? Through this right here, and then it goes through a hole and basically it comes out right here. Okay, so the top part is where the yarn is going to be. So basically at a fast speed, the yarn is shot through the fabric like that, and then little scissors come out like there and snip the yarn, and it just continues to go and go and go and go and go. So that is basically the mechanics of this tufting gun. Very dangerous, so you gotta be extra careful with this thing. We're just gonna go along and tuft. That's what it's called. We're gonna tuft. And don't worry, it's not connected. It's not even plugged in, so we're being safe here. All right, it's about to get a little loud, so put some earphones in. And usually I like to wear shoes while I'm doing this. Also, let's take a second for the shoes. They are dinosaur checkered with flames on the side, custom made. Yeah, usually you don't want to wear something that's too soft, or I don't know, because you don't want anything to get caught on the frame, because this fabric is held by carpet tacking strips, these grippers, these carpet grippers, so you don't want anything to get caught. And also when you're tufting, shooting the yarn through, yarn's flying everywhere, the fuzz is going places, it's gonna get all over your clothes and it's gonna get very linty up in here. So not the best decision on my part, but I'm lazy. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so I have finished basically the outline of the rug and half of Jason's mask. I know it probably doesn't look like much here. You can kind of see, it looks better on this side. Let me show you. Here is what it looks like. It looks pretty good here. Something that I forgot to mention, but it's kind of important. When you're making a rug, whatever image you want, you basically have to flip the image, because what you're going to actually is going to be the rug part that's going to be shown. What I'm shooting through is going to be the back of the rug. So this is all the back of the rug, right? And the front of it is, you know, the part that I showed you earlier. it's more fuzzy. It's like that's the fuzzy soft part, you know what I mean? So you basically want to flip the image so that whatever you're gonna see on the other side is gonna be the correct facing way. So just wanted to explain that. That's what we're doing. Now I'm gonna have a lunch break because holding that, it really hurts your hands after a while doing this. So I'm gonna go make some food and probably get back to this afterwards. We'll see. Might need a nap. Okay, so I think I'm done for the day because I am sweating. My hands are cramping. So here's what we've got so far. I know it probably doesn't look like much on this side, and the lighting, obviously it's like getting dark out. The defining features will come in eventually, but here's what it looks like on this side. So you can see it looks cool on this side. So once I add the other colors in and get the details in, you know, like in the mask and around the water, and when I, you know, add his hand and everything, it'll look much better. But this is kind of just the process of making a rug. The side that the actual rug part is going to be shown always looks chaotic. It just looks very fuzzy and not defined. But after we're done, you know, shooting the yarn through and everything, and I take it off of this frame, I shave it down so that I can define the details and it'll look much better. So day one is complete. All right. Day two, I'm hoping to finish this today. I mean, we got kind of a ways to go, but I have basically the whole day to finish this. And it's actually sunny outside, so I can actually get some work done because I can actually see what I'm doing. So, hoping to get this done today so that I can put glue on and have the glue dry over the weekend. So, it is currently Friday the 13th, so it would only be fitting that I at least finish tufting today. So, wish me luck. Oh my gosh. Okay. 6 hours of work done. And here is the finished tufted product. All right. So here's how it looks. I think it looks pretty darn good. I am impressed with myself. I've never done something this intricate. I think the water looks really cool. And his mask with the shadow, I was afraid it was going to be too dark, but I think it is the perfect shade. And the hand too. I didn't know if these colors were going to look too white or too dark, but I think they turned out perfect. So the next thing to do is basically we're gonna glue the back. I'm gonna do that later though, because I don't want to glue it in the house because the glue is very smelly and very toxic. So I'm gonna glue the back, and then after that we're gonna get it off of this frame, and then I'll fix the little like mess ups here, you know, like the little parts right here, just like little touch ups, and make it look more crisp. We'll shave it down, get it all worked up, put the backing on and everything, and then I will show you guys the finished product. So next we're gonna have to glue this, but again, that's for a different day. But for right now, this is how she looks. He looks amazing, I think. I don't think it's very cocky for me to say I'm impressed with myself. I've never done something like this, all right? That's pretty good. You know, for like my first time doing an intricate rug like this, that's good. That's pretty good. All right, it's a new day and we are going to start gluing the back of the rug. Now I have this giant bin of Robert's, I think it's 3095 carpet glue or carpet adhesive. So it's very, very smelly. So I have to do this in my garage, but I'm basically just gonna get this spatula type of thing and glue the back of the rug. Again, I think it looks really cool, the back of the rug, but yeah, so we're gonna put on a generous layer because you don't want it to be too thick or else it will never dry. So a generous layer, and we're just gonna spread it around the entire rug and let it dry for a couple of hours at least. Okay, so I did the shaving and the vacuuming up of the rug and all the finishing details off camera because it was just easier that way. So again, for reference, here is what the image of the original rug that I wanted to recreate looks like, and here's my rug. Okay, so this is how the rug came out. Sorry, I'm not like, ending this video with my nice camera and I'm just using my phone. But you do what you gotta do, all right? I'm really, really proud with how this came out. I think it's probably one of my best rugs that I've ever made, and the colors just work really well together. And I'm just glad that even like the skin tone colors that I picked worked out, because you just never know what the color is actually gonna look like until you start making the rug and you start tufting. So I'm really proud with how this came out. Let me know what you guys think. Unless you think that it's very awful and bad, then don't tell me because I do not need to hear that. With that said and done, I want to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons: Matt O'Keefe, AJ, Mark Sylvester, Terrell, Jeb Manning, The Mysterious Flame, Gave Up, and Antonio Escalante. Thank you so much, and make sure to check out my Patreon if you haven't already. All right, so that is the end of this video. If you have any other cool suggestions on other rugs that I should make, let me know, because I really want to make more like horror themed rugs. I have made a ghost face one, so my only like obstacle is, I'm not the best at like creating my own image. So because I usually just pull images from like the internet and I just copy that and I just trace basically like a coloring page type of thing. So anything that's simple enough like that, where there's bold lines that I can see, that's kind of what I'm aiming for, because then it's easier for me to trace it onto my frame. So if you have any other ideas for cool rugs, let me know. I'm always looking out for some cool rugs, and thank you for coming along with me on this journey. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all of that jazz, and as always, thanks for watching.